3-point lead for Philippine Airports now.
Good first ball, Casino. Fantastic set to Ramirez. Blocked again. That's 3 straight points now for Ateneo.
Waligyawe gets the job done, and the point for IEM.
Good blocking again from the Navy. Dayan Dante, setup job for Solis. He goes to zone 6.
Second set point saved by Santa Elena. Mangulabnan sets this one up for Espejo.
We started with 24 teams, 16 were sent home, 8 have advanced. Cignal versus Ateneo, Air Force versus PLDT, Perpetual versus Navy, Santa Elena versus IEM in that order. 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., 5 p.m. live here on One Sports. And for the first match, it's the Cignal HD Spikers against the Blue Eagles of Ateneo, with Cignal still holding an immaculate record. Ateneo went through a bump in the last match. Chicky Reyes here with Neil Flores all the way from Paco Arena in Manila. We say good day to all of you guys who are watching us live on One Sports. This is your Spikers Turf Open Conference 2019 quarterfinals, and we are as excited as all of our viewers here. Cignal and Ateneo, napakaganda nito.
A lot of fans have been waiting for this matchup, and we will be giving it to them here in the quarterfinals. Cignal is armed with a twice-to-beat advantage, but if Ateneo plays their cards well, they can extend this match to another extension this coming Thursday.
We'll show you our playoff bracket before it gets crowdy and rowdy inside the Paco Arena. Right now, ito po, we have 4 seats waiting to be filled up.
Again, all of the number 1 teams in the elimination round is armed with a twice-to-beat advantage. They'll be going up with the number 2 teams in another bracket. So it's Cignal, Ateneo, Perpetual, Navy, Philippine Air Force, PLDT, then Santa Elena against IAM, Phoenix Volley Masters.
So 4 teams can end it today, while the other 4 can send it again to Thursday for a rubber match. But let's talk about first the Ateneo Blue Eagles. I mentioned they encountered a hiccup in their last match or in that elimination round, but it's still good enough to bring them to the quarters.
Well, you know, for a collegiate team, having a 4-1 record is really a good sign for them. They fell short with the Philippine Air Force as they lost that in 5 sets. They wanted to avoid Cignal in the quarterfinals, but we're here right now and they're ready to fight.
And they cannot avoid the Cignal HD Spikers because as we talk about the HD Spikers, iba naman po ang kwento nila. They have an immaculate record of 5-0, and that means they have a big X on their backs because everyone wants to beat them.
The defending champions of our reinforced conference. And you know what? Everybody loves an underdog. Kaya sigurado ko, this Cignal and Ateneo clash will be a sight to see.
We are going to discuss more about these 2 teams, but for the meantime, we'll turn you over to our Barker for our pre-game protocol and the introduction of our protagonists.
Presenting our officials for this match. First referee, Rene Caspilio, National Referee. Second referee, Joy De Imos, National Referee. Let's now meet the starting 6 from the Cignal HD Spikers. Let's start off with the team captain, jersey number 8, Israel Wilson Marasigan. At number 5, Edmar Bonono. Number 7, Rex Emmanuel Intal. Number 9, Vincent Rafael Mangulabnan. Number 11, Angelino Jose Pertiera. And number 15, Mark Jesus Espejo. With liberos at number 1, Sandy Montero, and number 13, Manuel Sumangid III. Mentored by their head coach, Mr. Dexter Clamore. Let's now meet the starting lineup from the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Let's start off with the team captain, jersey number 1, Lawrence Hill Magaja. At number 2, Kurt Michael Aguilar. Number 3, Ron Adrian Medalla. Number 12, Chumason Celestine Enjega. number 16, Giancarlo Glorioso, and number 17, Sebastian Enrica Cuerva. With liberos, number 5, Lance Andre De Castro, and number 10, Paolo Lorenzo Trinidad, mentored by their head coach, Mr. Timothy Santo Tomas. This is the quarterfinals match from Group 1. Good luck to both teams.
And there you have it. It's Marasigan, Pertiera, Bonono, Espejo, Intal, Mangulabnan, and Manuel Sumangid as libero for the Cignal HD Spikers. Going over to the Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles, it's Glorioso, Cuerva, Magadia, Aguilar, Medalla, and Jigha, and De Castro as libero. Coaching Cignal is Dexter Clamor. On the other side, it's Coach Timothy Santo Tomas. It's Cignal versus Ateneo, live on One Sports. Spikers Turf Open Conference quarterfinals. Chicky Ray is here with Neil Flores, and we were talking, Neil, top of the coverage. It's like seeing a familiar game inside the Ateneo campus.
When the coaching staff shook hands a while ago, nasabi nga nila, parang nasa Blue Eagle gym lang tayo.
Exactly.
They're treating this game as a tune-up match. But all of the marbles are at stake here in the quarterfinals.
You know, while we heard that they're treating it as a tune-up match, we all know that both teams were lying. They will not treat this as a tune-up match because they know that it's a battle for pride. Imagine you're going up against a champion team in Cignal. You're going up against a team with a championship caliber as well in history in Ateneo. I have a feeling we're going to go 5 sets today.
Well, you know, I'm ready for it.
Neil, what are you expecting from Cignal? What type of play are we going to see from them? Same question for Ateneo before we go deep into this game.
You know, on the part of Cignal, they're really a powerhouse when it comes to offensive options. They have Mark Espejo, Isay Marasigan.
Okay.
And on the other hand, blocking naman yung magiging asset nitong Ateneo with Gian Gloriosa and Chumason and Jega leading the pack.
So we're talking about offense versus defense, and I think we're seeing it right now. No power, intelligent play, but a point nonetheless.
Definitely. You know, it's going to be a tall order also for Ateneo because Cignal is one of the best, if not the best, club team so far. But I am sure with their athleticism and training na pinukpok talaga sila ni Coach Demi, we will surely have a good match.
And right now we are seeing a fantastic exchange here. One of the longest rallies perhaps. There was an open space. That was a good pancake. Chance ball. Blue Eagles, will they soar high for this point? Aguilar overcooks that one. I could feel yung mga heartbeats nila, no? I mean, kita mo may hingang malalim. There's that parang anxious moment all the time when they have that ball.
Well, it's just 10 a.m. in the morning and we are serving hard spikes for breakfast.
I like that. Instead of serving breakfast, we're serving hard spikes for breakfast here. Okay, quick look here. Glorioso. Not wasting that opportunity there. Tied at 2 here in set 1. Remember, all games are live today on One Sports, okay? Marasigan, set up job here. Cross court for Bonono is good.
That's the thing about the Cignal HD Spikers. Kahit kanino pa man pumunta si Vince Mangulabnan, everybody is a threat.
And it's so difficult if you're on the side of the Blue Eagles, looking at the people in front of you. Everyone can actually score here.
But the good thing about dito naman sa side ng Blue Eagles, they've had tune-up games with Cignal for a couple of times already. So kahit papano, alam din nila yung sistema at galaw ng bawat isa.
Sa tingin mo dito, Neil, may sindak factor ba to? Knowing that the Blue Eagles, as we take a look at this intelligent move comes from Marasigan, knowing that that ball is still alive there. May sindak factor ba? Knowing that they have their kuyas, former players of Ateneo on the other side.
It's less compared to going up with people na hindi mo naman kilala at kaibigan. So sometimes they can just treat it as a normal game. Wala yung hype para makapag-focus ka and magalaw mo yung dapat na hinihingi ng coach mo.
It's because of the familiarity.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Coach Timothy there. Sabi mo nga, matindi ang ginawa niya para dito sa Blue Eagles. But right now, Blue Eagles are down by 3. Good serve there by Bonono. Set up job. The defense was there and no problem for Anjo.
Great timing on Pertiera. He wasn't fooled with the set of Iji Magadia going up against Gian Glorioso.
Parang base, no? From the setup pa lang. Cignal jumping to a 4-point lead, 6-2. The captain setting up Medalla here. Again, the defense was there. Pertiera and Marasigan joining forces at the net.
Well, they have to note that Isay Marasigan is part of their coaching staff dito sa side ng Ateneo. Kaya alam din niya yung mga tendencies ng mga players.
Siguro sabi ni Medalla, pambihira ka namang coach, oh. You know where we're going. 7-2, 5-point lead for Cignal. Ateneo, they need a point here. Almost a miscommunication for Cignal. Coach is claiming somebody touched the net. Combination, my goodness. Espejo makes it 8-2. 6-point lead here for Cignal HC Spikers. It's a crystal clear start for Cignal. They have built a 6-point lead led by Mark Espejo there. 8-2, we go to the first technical timeout of set number 1.
Hindi naman mabilis yung balik ng bola sa atin. Pinapanood lang natin bumagsak eh. Yes, coach. Okay, Lance. Wag nyo panoorin yung bola bumabagsak sa harapan ninyo. Matataas yung bola. Yung cover, kuha, alam nyo matibay bumulak yung kalaban. So ano gagawin ninyo? Papanoorin nyo yung bola? Satsagayin nyo sa coverage.
Habol tayo, 6 points lang yan.
Well, we caught that last portion of the huddle of Ateneo. Coach Timothy telling his players, don't watch the ball. I think he wants to say the only teams or people who should watch are the 16 who were eliminated.
That's correct. In the last few sequences, nakita natin that the blocking of Cignal was always there. Pero hindi ganun kabilis yung balik ng bola. Pwede pang itaas ng coverage ng Ateneo. Yun yung hinahanap ni Coach Tim.
And he needs a response right now from the Blue Eagles. This could be a start. Coming from that technical timeout, Ateneo with 3 points already.
Now their main option from the middle, Chumason and Jiga is up front.
So ngayon, merong height threat ang Ateneo in front. Chance for the Blue Eagles to go back-to-back points here. Unfortunately, they failed to do so. Aguilar failing to score in that one.
Ateneo starting out a little bit flat in our first set.
So for our viewers who just tuned in, Neil, if Ateneo wants another match, they have to win this one and they'll see each other again on Thursday. However, if Cignal takes this one, waiting na sila for the semifinals.
We will get the first semifinals ticket in our open conference, but this game is far from over.
And you know how tough our schedule is? In case all the teams with twice to beat advantages ended today, semis will start on Thursday.
Wow.
That's what I heard. Semis will start on Thursday. My goodness. 9-4. Cignal up by 5. Njigha, good defense. Ball is still alive. Good defense again from Njigha. Will it be 3 in a row?
Yes.
Wow.
3 in a
Moving
row.
from left to right.
That's what I told you. That's their primary advantage. Every time Chumason and Jiga is in the front line, sobrang sipag when it comes to blocking. Tapos malakas pa umatake from that quick hit.
And then what does he do after? He brings out a smile. 9-5, 4-point lead for Cignal. They were asking for a check ball. And according to first referee Rene Gaspillo, somebody from the blue side did touch that ball.
It grazed the body of Basti Cuerva. before it went out of bounds.
10-5. Cignal up by 5. Not anymore. It's down to 4. Captain there. He knew it. Now it's 6 serving 10. On deck to serve is Ron Medalla. Low serve. At this point in the competition, you have a twice to win disadvantage. Ito yung gusto mong bawasan, no? Mga ganitong error.
Lalo na't Cignal pa yung kalaban mo. You can't afford to give them free points because when you give them free points, lalong lalakas lang yung atake.
11-6. Blue Eagles and Jigha. Cuerva off the deflection. And Cuerva delivers.
That's what you like about young players. Walang takot eh.
Basti going high, going strong, and celebrating that point. And Jigha, 7 serving 11. Floater serve there. Joust at the net. No, that's a gift rather for Bonono. No, indeed, if you're going up against Cignal. Glorioso has to jump higher and anticipate that ball. He knew it. Rex will serve. 12 serving 7. Cuerva again. Basti. Probably somebody that Coach Tim can hang on to para bigyan ng energy itong Ateneo.
Basti yung back-to-back hits. Starting out instead of Abay Llenos.
(12-8). Cignal still up by 4. Marasigan. And you're right, no? Glorioso can really defend that net. Unfortunately, that ball goes out.
Cignal is holding on to a 5-point lead early on in this first set.
13-8. Good serve by Vince. Magadia, set up job here for Cuerva, who went to the corner pocket. It's good.
That's 3 points already for Basti Cuerva.
And I like how he's doing it. It's a mixture of power and discarte. Hindi gigil.
So far, hindi pa natin masyado nakikita yung attack formation ng Ateneo. It's more on the Cignal, HD Spikers. But hopefully, those attacks of Basti Cuerva sparks things up.
Pertiera with a quick one there, Neil. It's so difficult. I'm looking at Cignal. They're tall. Tall, and they jump like kangaroos.
And every time you give them a chance ball, there's that double quick. A quick Isay Marasigan, back quick Anjo Pertiera. Then you have Mark Espejo on the left wing. Sino bang patayin mo dun?
How do you choose your poison, right? How do you choose from those players? But these errors by Cignal, something that Ateneo should cherish and hold on to, and then build from there. 14-10, 4-point lead for Cignal. Glorioso overcooking that serve, and he immediately apologizes to Coach Tim. Si Coach Tim blank face oh. Yung sinukli sa kanya eh. Blue Eagles and Jigha. What's happening here? I'll ask you that question again because it's a 6-point lead now for Cignal, 16-10 as we go to the second technical timeout of set number 1.
Simpleng pagkakamali, lalo sa depensahan, dalawang zone 1 na hindi natin depensahan. O kailangan natin ng initiative at effort sa pagdepensa sa zone 1. Nagkakaintindihan? O, layo pa. Let's go.
Hey, Cignal!
So far, so good for Cignal. It's been an awesome, high-definition type of performance we're seeing from the gentleman in red. On the other side, the Blue Eagles are struggling a bit. You know, their wings are still not flapping the way they wanted to flap and soar high. Right now, they're down by 6.
The reaction time is kind of slow in that coverage area. Then they've been committing a couple of unforced errors, giving 3 points to the HD Spikers.
Yun yung tanong ko nga sa'yo. No? So, malamang doon nga yung problema, Neil. But the good thing for Ateneo, they're only down by 6. Down by 5 now. And we're still far from the end of the first set. So pwede pang gawa ng paraan ito.
Nagagawa nilang i-cut yung deficit to 4 points. Then every time a Blue Eagle commits a service error, babalik sa 5 yung kalamangan ng Cignal.
So it's going past that 4-point bubble or 4-point deficit bubble. Let's see. Ateneo down by 5. Combination play. Wow. Every time he does that, expect it to be a point. Marcus Pejo.
And they're going to a really fast tempo. Marcus Pejo has a smaller blocker in the setter, E.G. Magadia.
It's so difficult. You see Rex Intal preparing to go for a running hit. Yung pala combination ang gagawin. Tough to guard indeed. Injiga. Now he's feeling it. Scoring off the block.
That's what they need. Di bali nang makapatay yung Cignal ng isang malakas. The important thing is you get the next point and establish a good defensive pattern.
Medalla with a good serve. Oh, it's Intal's turn to deliver, and you gotta give credit to how Mangulabnan is setting things up here.
Double substitution now for Coach Dexter. Ish Polvorosa, 5-time best setter, subbing in for Vince Mangulabnan. Then Alfred Valbuena, a former Fighting Maroon.
Ateneo down by 6. Let's listen into their huddle.
So, bakit ka tumitingin sa tao? Anong titingnan mo?
Bola.
Oo. Diba? Follow instructions, ha? Tignan mo, little instructions, pero malaki ang kailangan, malaki ang magagawa para sa atin. Okay? So guys, sagailan natin sino sa harapan. Chu and Basti, okay? Mukha mo lang, okay? Laban
guys, 6 points ang ulit. Let's go, ha? 1 point at a time.
I heard Coach Tim talking to Magadia. I think on offense, you got Chu and Injigha on either side. Kwento mo sa akin, ano yung sabihin ng ibuka mo lang, talking to Magadia?
Well, you know, in the previous coverages that I had with the Ateneo Blue Eagles, you would always notice that Chumason and Injigha is their primary attack option every time is in the front row instead of the wings. Kasi yun yung kadalasan open spiker or opposite spiker yung pupuntahan. But Chumason and Injigha has proven to be one of the lethal attackers for the Blue Eagles.
And Cuerva, sabi niya, no, you got Injigha and Cuerva on either side. So mamimili lang doon si Magadia, right?
Yes. If mapakagat ni E.G. Magade yung isang blocker or dalawang blocker dito kay Chumason and Injigha, it will leave Basti Cuerva with a single block.
So 2 great hitters here for Ateneo, but the problem is they allowed Cignal to score off a service ace. And then that error by Espejo. The few times that you see a Marcus Espejo commit an error in an all-important match.
They can still afford a couple of errors because of that 6-point lead.
Pwede pa no? Kung down nga sila, they could find ways to claw their way back more so with the lead. We were talking about this. You know you're going up against a tough Cignal team. Errors kailangan bawasan talaga.
Sometimes you need to zone in on your target kasi pinractice nyo yan There are certain zones that you target or certain players para masira yung formation ng atake.
And if you commit the service error, then nawawala lahat ng pinagplanuhan. There's a gift for Anjo, and he takes it with open arms.
Nothing is going right on the side of the Blue Eagles. At this early part of this game, talagang pinapakita ng Cignal HD Spikers yung dominance nila in this competition.
Set up job here for Aguilar. And you gotta like what Magadia did there. Palagi siyang pumupunta sa kaliwa Went to the right side and it threw the defense off a bit of Cignal.
You have to keep the blockers guessing.
The captain will serve. E.G. Net defense on point. At sinubukan lang gawa ng paraan ni Bonono but it didn't work.
Looks like Ateneo Blue Eagles are targeting Mark Espejo para bawas na yung attack option sa pipe.
But Bonono was there to help Espejo. Valbuena tried to go to the back, but it went out. Tama ka, no? They're looking for Espejo, but Bonono is there to take it away from him. Let's see if they're going to do it again. 16 serving 21, Ateneo down by 5. This time Espejo gets it. Bonono with a soft one. Ang ganda naman ng approach. I thought he was going to go for the strong one.
Defense wasn't ready again for the Blue Eagles. Mataas yung drop ball ni Bonono. Kayang-kayang itaas. No one got that.
You gotta love that fake. Showing the defense as he's gonna go hit it hard, then went slow. Glorioso sends it home.
Basta single blocker, walang problema for Ateneo. Kayang-kaya nila pumatay.
Isa nga lang, ano? Anjo was all alone there at the net. Easy point for Glorioso. Basti serving for Ateneo. Long. Another long serve coming from the Blue Eagles.
That's 4 or 5 service errors already. Pag binawas mo yung 5 puntos na yan, it's going to be 18-17.
And for sure, Coach Demi will point that out. Kasi Cignal can work for their points, right? But you give them these easy points, there goes the difference. But Cignal will take it with open arms any day. Over the seal. Mangulabnan, set up job for Anjo. Mangulabnan, back to Pertiera who goes to the back.
Vince Mangulabnan not losing confidence on his spiker, giving it to Anjo Pertiera again.
24-17, a 7-point for Cignal. Ateneo calling for this timeout, but let's check that again. Denied the first time, but not on the second time. Boom.
Oh. Bakit nagugulat ka pa na sa'yo pupunta yung bola? Sa'yo pupunta yung bola. Ha?
Hey, let's go guys.
So isa pa, serve. Alam nyo na yung target eh. Alam nyo na yung target. Oh. Nakita nyo, available yung target natin. Kailangan nyo pa bang habaan? Kailangan nyo pa yung short ball? Hindi na, di ba? Available eh. Pag hindi available, saka kayo mag-dimiscarte ng iba. Okay?
Let's go. Kaya natin
Go.
to.
Dive into that, Neil. Coach Timmy was saying available yung target dun tayo pumunta. Please.
Service is also a strategy in every volleyball game. Pag nakapag-serve ka ng malakas sa tamang tao or masisira mo yung offense nila, it will open a lot of opportunities for you to score more points.
And I think he is pleading for Ateneo to stick to that game plan, right? Glorioso with another quick one. Unfortunately, it goes out. And pinapaliwanag niya kay Coach Timmy, but then again, it has been done. 25-17, Cignal getting set number 1 in a convincing fashion, doing it up by 8 to end the first set. 25-17, that's the first set in only 22 minutes. Set number 2 when we come back. We're back in Paco Arena in Manila as we bring you this match between Ateneo and Cignal. Chicky Reyes here with Neil Flores live on One Sports. This year's Spikers Turf Open Conference quarterfinals match with Cignal enjoying a twice-to-beat advantage. And in the first set, it was 25-17 in favor of Cignal. The Blue Eagles failing to fly high in set number 1.
They started out flat. The coverage wasn't there when Cignal blocked the attacks of Ron Medalla and their other spikers. Then they also gave out 4 or 5 service errors.
You pointed that out, Neil. I liked your keen eye for those errors. Had it not been for those service errors, would have been a totally different set 1.
And if you're going to observe the attacks of Ateneo, kaya naman they can keep in step with the attacks of Cignal HD. But it's just that nagiging erratic yung depensa. The first ball is not that solid as of the moment. But you know, Coach Team is the master of adjustment. So the second set might be different.
You know what I'm missing in this match? I don't think Lance De Castro of Ateneo and on the other side, Manuel Sumangid, we haven't seen them dive yet. The liberos are not yet working only because ang bilis ng mga kills eh. And I think the attacks are not going towards their direction, except for that one. Marasigan going cross-court, it's good.
A net infraction will also be called on Kurt Aguilar.
Check this out again. Pasok na, tumama pa sa net si Kurt. Cignal up 2-1 here in set 2. Magadia, set up job here for Glorioso. Net touch called against Pertiera. Gusto ni Glorioso yung quick ones, ano? I think he thrives on those.
Itong rotation na to ng Cignal, dito kailangan makapag one-stop ng Ateneo para mapaikot nila yung tao nila because Mark Espeo is there, Anjo Pertiera and Isay Marasigan.
They're looking for that one-stop. There's a ball touch, according to our first referee. So this will go the way of Cignal 3-2.
Ron Medalla and Kurt Aguilar has been quiet so far in this competition.
Kailangan mag-ingay talaga eh. They have to make their presence felt. Medalla tried to go corner. It's in. Narinig ka yata?
Oo nga eh. Well, they need that production from Ron. He scored 18 points in that game against the Philippine Air Force. Sayang yung game na yun. They pushed the Philippine Air Force to a 5-setter. Kaya alam ko na kaya rin nilang lumaban sa Cignal.
Oh, that was a nice match. Every time we go 5 sets. And look at Sumang celebrating here for Cignal. I really love the liberos here in Spikers Turf. Yeah.
And he still has one playing year if he decides to use it para dito sa Ateneo.
Wow. Tough choice there. HC Spikers up by a point. And Jigha failing to score. Marasigan blocked at the net. And now we're tied at 4 here in set 2.
Better start from Ateneo compared to that first one.
Yung nakagandahan talaga ng volleyball. You lose the first set, you're not yet out of the match. 0-0 ulit in set 2.
We've seen a lot of teams lose the first 2 sets, then eventually panalo pa 5 sets eh.
Oh, tell me about it. Here in Spikers Turf. Espejo, soft one. There was a campfire, a donut on the other side. Coverage. You're looking for coverage if you're on the side of the Blue Eagles. Tignan mo yan, no?
And Coach Timmy is looking for that first position. First position lagi dyan lang sa may attack line to get those drop balls. Then pag alam mo nang hindi niya i-drop, kakalas ka ngayon papunta sa likod to get those hard hits.
Is it because they're expecting an Espejo to always go hard?
For sure.
Diba? Kaya nakaabang ka na sa likod eh. It's tough, but you gotta give credit to Espejo 2 plays ago for that point. Meantime, tabla tayo dito at 5. A better start here for Ateneo here in set 2. Medalla will be serving for the Blue Eagles. Bonono. Chance for Ateneo to take the lead, and Jiga asking for it. Mangulabnan going to Intal. And Jiga takes advantage of that situation, and they take the lead.
Medyo magulo yung attack sequence ng Ateneo. Coach Timmy is still not happy. But regardless of that, they still get the point. They get the lead over at 1 point.
I know what you're talking about. He's not pleased with what happened, but he's pleased that they're up by 1. Alam mo yung mag-aagaw yung emotions mo doon. Intal going cross court and almost knocking down the tower of first referee Rene. 2-point lead for Ateneo.
Now it's their turn to commit those string of errors from the attack department.
Blue Eagles up by 2. Still Ron serving for the Blue Eagles. Loaded serve there. Bonono off the deflection. And that point will go the way of Cignal. It's going to be Rexenthal serving here for Cignal HE Spikers. One attack for Rex so far. Intal trying to go for that pancake, and Jiga winning in that one. So now it's Ateneo's turn to take a 2-point lead, 8-6. Smart move from Injiga.
They're still looking for that perfect connection in the sets, but Chumason and Jiga will get that one as we enter our technical timeout.
2-point lead for the Blue Eagles. We'll be right back.
Let's go.
Hey, Cignal. Stop na, guys. Pinapasok na sila yung serve. Hey, tingin sa score. Execution.
We're back here in Paco Arena in Manila. And here in set number 2, Glorioso and the rest of the Blue Eagles going up against Bonono and the rest of the Cignal HE Spikers. So far, so good for Ateneo here in set number 2. They have taken a 2-point lead, Neil. Pertiera working that net so well.
Showdown din ito ng middle blockers. You have Rexenthal, Anjo Pertiera, then Chumason and Jiga, and Gian Glorioso.
Lead of Ateneo down to 1-8-7. Magadia going to Cuerva. On the other side, Bonono. Rejected, but that ball sails out. We are tied at 8.
Knowing Vince, alam niya talaga kung sining pinaka-liability ng Ateneo when it comes to the blocking.
Sometimes familiarity talaga will be a disadvantage, no, for the other dahil alam na eh. But then again, coaches would always say it depends really on the execution, right?
And if you can exchange points with the HD Spikers, we'll never know what will happen.
Oh, and then grind out na lang in the end. Keep it close and grind out in the end. Ateneo with a 1-point lead, 9-8. Good dig. And look at that. De Castro trying to go hurdles and running after that ball. Tied at 9 here in set 2. Edmar Bonono. Good serve. At the net. And Glorioso knew it that it's gonna be his.
Yung mga regalo na yun, it should be a sure point.
Nakita ko yung red shirts eh. When they saw that and they saw it was Glorioso, they were gonna play defense na lang, oh. Tira mo.
Anjo was too late already to go up for that block.
1-point lead for the Blue Eagles, 10-9. Basti Cuerva. Good serve there. Marasigan with a soft one. Glorioso. Had to watch that ball hit the ground before he celebrated.
Now, Cignal naman yung nahihirapan sa coverage. That was a good touch actually from two of the blockers of the HD Spikers, but nobody got that first ball.
And I think Glorioso was half a second faster. Hindi niya inintay na yung bola, no? Men in blue, up by 2, not anymore. Cuerva with a service error, the lead is down to 1. Ball goes back to Cignal.
Just imagine, this is just our first match for today. We have
3 more.
3 more.
So please do join us here on One Sports. Or if you have time, come here to Paco Arena in Manila. Medalla cross court is long and wide.
Konti-konti na nga napupuno ang Paco Arena. After this game, we will have more matches. Philippine Air Force against PLDT. Perpetual against the Philippine Navy, then Santa Elena against IEM.
All matches are nice, but for some reason I'm looking at that last match. It's gonna be a very dynamic and animated match, and also the Perpetual match.
Of course, Almodiel in Austria with their swagger. Pero mamaya, you can wait for that.
Ito muna tayo dito. 12-11, Cignal up by a point. Fantastic hit there coming from the HD Spikers. Let's listen into the huddle.
Na binibigay sa'yo. Ginagawa na ng teammates yung trabaho nila. Ikaw, bakit natatakot ka na naman kasi pumalo? May coverage tayo eh. Nakita mo yung palo mo, outside na outside. Ibig sabihin, natatakot kang ma-block. Masyado mong iniiwas yung palo mo. Hindi pwede. Pasok pa loob. Pag na-block, may cover.
Okay, coach.
Okay? DG, advantage, gawa. Alam ko nandito siya. No? Bigyan mo pa isa-isa. Okay? Let's go.
Let's go, let's go.
I like that valuable lesson that Coach Timmy is telling Medalla. Trust your teammates.
And rule of thumb, always challenge the blocker. Habang hindi ka pa nabablock at may coverage tayo sa likod, don't be afraid.
Naintindihan ko yung point ni Ron. Ano? He wanted to veer away from the blockers, giving respect to the blockers of Cignal. But Coach Tim is saying, well, we got defenders at the back. Go for it.
Look at that sequence. Mark Espejo got that first ball. Pumasok pa siya ng A-quick.
Too potent is the offense here for Cignal. 13-11, 2-point lead. 3 points already for Anjo.
3 blocks and 2 attacks.
But he commits a service error. And Coach Dexter, napakamot na lang doon. It's a turn of Gian Glorioso to serve here for Ateneo. They're down by a point. Intal with a quick one. Mangulabnan celebrating that one.
Ateneo needs to remember that this is a champion team. Kahit lamang sila ng dalawa, it's no safe lead for the Cignal HD.
And Vince is doing an awesome job in distributing that volleyball. Magadia. Going to Aguilar. On the other side, Espejo. Opting to not go for power, but with discarte, and it still worked.
Even the drop balls of Mark Espejo, high efficiency. I think that's what you get when you're a lethal attacker. Talagang aatrasin mga defenders.
And you know what he did? Based on his body language, he read the defense and waited for it before he hit that ball. Read well by Injigha what Mangulabnan and Intal wanted to do.
If he can inject more life dito sa side ng Blue Eagles.
Just a 2-point lead for Cignal. It's going to be Kurt serving here for Ateneo. Chance ball now for the Blue Eagles. Magadia going to Glorioso. They get another chance. Magadia going to Injigha. Good defense here being shown by Cignal. One more try for the Blue Eagles. Medalla following the orders of Coach Tim, going straight for the defense.
Every time you listen to your coach, good things are bound to happen.
Now, there was a net infraction, but even if there wasn't, sinunod eh. Sinunod ni Medalla.
But I think that was also a good pickup from Manuel Sumanggid.
1 point lead for Cignal. Uh-oh! That was a spear-like hit coming from Mark Espejo.
Hindi ko na alam kung paano i-describe yung mga palo ni Mark Espejo.
Ow.
Exclamation point.
It's a different angle, but it's going to be the same result. Boom! Spear-like hit by Espejo. Cignal up by 2. We go to the second technical timeout of set number 2.
Hayaan nyo siyang gumawa ng paraan. Hayaan nyo patamain dito sa wrist ninyo. Okay? Kapag na-late. Okay? Alam nyo na yung tendency. Pag nakita nyo yan, late yung seam, late yung middle, sisiksik nyo yan sa gitna. Okay? Yun ang gagawin. Okay? So, sunod lang sa game time.
Hindi kita tayo pundas, hindi kita tayo pundas, ha?
We have to show the highlights here, some of the highlights of Mark Espejo. You mentioned this, Neil, so many times in this conference, in the previous conference. He is one of the best, if not the best, player here in the Philippines.
A 5-time UAAP MVP. A couple of MVPs also here in the Spikers Turf franchise and the national team player.
And he's showing it. He's showing it why we are describing him that way. Now, at this point, Cignal is trying to create a bigger space between themselves and the Blue Eagles. 7 points already for Espejo.
Not going to his usual jump serve. Mukhang inaalagaan pa rin niya yung injury niya.
Pero kasi ngayon, no, at this juncture, do you need it? Di ba? Siguro sabi ni Mark, steady lang muna. Cignal up by 4. Ateneo calling for this timeout. Let's listen to the huddle of Coach Tim.
Bibigay ka ng backlick, tapos 8. O, di wala. Di na double jump. O, ano nangyari? Ay, naku naman, Ichi. Focus naman tayo. Kanina pa wala napapalo yung middle mo. Para saan pa nilagay natin si Gian sa back row kung hindi mo rin gagamitin? Ichi. Ikaw yung nakakalimot sa trabaho mo eh. Yung mga kasama mo, gumagawa ng trabaho nila, binibigyan ka ng matinong bola. Ikaw naman, ayaw mo dumiskarte ng tama.
Guys, yung 4 points yan, kaya pakabulin yan, ha? Walang imposible. Let's go. Sige.
I love it when coaches like Coach Timmy sound like parents. Dahil ito yung kasama nila day in and day out, di ba? These are like their kids already. And he's telling AG, compliment what your teammates are doing for you.
It's not too technical. Sinabi lang niya na I need you na dumiskarte because the blockers have already read our offense. Now another chance ball is given to the Cignal HD.
And if you give a chance ball to a team like Cignal, alam mo yung mga mata nila? They look at that ball as what? A gold bar or a cash bag. They're gonna get it. Or a gift with a ribbon. They're gonna get it. Blue Eagles looking for something positive here. They're still in the match. But there's a net touch, might be against Chu. Now coming from that 16-14 score, 4 straight points from Cignal. Glorioso. Mangulabnan wanted to fool the defense of Ateneo. It backfired.
Too low.
But if you're Vince, you have the luxury of doing that. Still have a 5-point lead and you lead the set count 1-0.
And you have 4 options on the attack. You
Yes.
have Marasigan and Espejo sa back row. Then you have Bonono and Intal on the front line.
How come every time you mention a name, they know when to score, Neil? I kind of noticed that already. Can they hear you?
Pwede, pwede.
Bonono responding with a point there. 21-15. Intal with a serve. Floater of a serve there. Basti. Yes, they needed that.
Anjo Perker, a little too late to close out the gap na naiwan ni Vince Mangulabnan. And Basti Cueva just exploited that one.
Chu will serve. It's 16 serving 21. Mangulabnan opting to go with a quick one with Anjo. And again, that one worked.
And again, firing from all cylinders. Hindi mo na alam kung kanino pupunta si Vince Mangulabnan.
And you saw that Cuerva and Glorioso were guessing, where will the ball go? Where will the offense go? Magadia opting to go combination here to Basti. It's out. Something positive lang I'm seeing here from Ateneo is that hindi nila binabaling yung tira. They're taking it to the defense.
And again, sabi nga natin, hindi naman natatapos sa 2 sets ang volleyball.
Much needed point for Ateneo. How many times have we covered one team down 0-2 and then going 3 in a row, di ba? Dami na.
And when, I think this is a similar story when Cignal went up against the Adamson Soaring Falcons. They won the first 2, then they lost the 3rd set. So, potentially, pwede rin naman yun mangyari in this match.
Set point for Cignal here, 24-17. It's going to be Bonono serving for the HD Spikers. That's a service error. So Ateneo will reach number 18 here in set number 2. Now it has to be a flawless game for Ateneo from this point on, at least in this set. Cignal, they're looking for a nice first ball here. Basti looking for probably an ace, if he could give one. Good first ball for Cignal. Chance for Ateneo to score again. Medalla. And they do.
With just enough power to get through the blocking of Cignal. Puntos yon para kay Ron Medalla.
And si Sumang couldn't believe that he wasn't able to reach that ball. 24-19, 5-point lead for Cignal. Let's listen to the huddle of the HC Spikers.
Listen, simple lang. Shamsi, unexpected si Shamsi, play 1. Pero si Isay dito, zero ng katapatan niya. So, ganito gagawin. Back week, si Anjo, shoot lang dito si Isay, o single block dito si Mark. May option ka pa rin ng pipe. O bahala ko kayo na bibigay yung bola. Kailangan may spacing lang. And, makukuha natin yan pag may magandang receive. Let's go.
After all those X's and Y's and O's and T's and S's by Coach Dexter, yung last sentence niya, we need a good first ball.
Yeah, but the gist of it was, you have 4 options of attack. Kahit ako nahilo ako, hindi ko alam kung kanino pupunta si Vince.
And then he told Mangulabnan, but it's up to you. Where do you want to go? But Coach Dexter asking for a nice first ball. Let's see. Basti. It's a good first ball there. Vince opting to go to Isay. Magadia. To Aguilar, cross court. And it hits the line. Ateneo is still alive here in set 2.
They finally reached that 20-point mark. 4 points away from tying this ball game up.
You saw Marasigan hoping that that ball will just sail out. Ito na ang signal. Again. Vince, this time going to Espejo. Rejected again. Sumang going to Marasigan. Wow, and Ateneo is 3 points away from Cignal here.
Coach Dexter will use his last time out.
And I see Coach Dex not smiling. Let's listen in.
Sabi ko
Ano kasi, sumugod kasi siya sa short kanina.
okay.
Kaya
Hindi
hindi ko
tapo mo na lang na shoot. Kay Mark. Tapos,
Mark,
medyo
sorry, Mark.
alanganin Medyo alanganin yung shoot natin. Pag buka yung bola, hindi mo pwedeng i-shoot kay Isay. O taas mo na lang. Sabihan mo na lang kay Isay na wala. O same play, maayos ang na-execution. Let's go! Nakaintindihan? Go, let's go.
I heard the same play, but I also heard itapon mo kay Mark.
Of course, he's the best closer that they have. Kaya sigurado na ako, puporsyento si Vince Mangulabnan. They don't want to be careless. The
No, you don't.
3-point lead can disappear.
You know, the fighting heart of the Ateneo Blue Eagles. You cannot question that. Let's see. Vince going to Bonono. Chance again for Ateneo here. Aguilar. He's been playing well, the lefty from Ateneo.
Different angles from the lefty. Hindi nakakapa ng dalawang blocker. Oh, that was 3 blockers. Great hit from Kurt Aguilar.
Now it's okay to say Ateneo on a 5-0 run. They're only down by 2 points here in set 2. Basti really taking time with his 8 seconds there. Vince going to Espejo. And as you mentioned, porsyentuhan na.
Better resistance from the Ateneo Blue Eagles in the second set. But when it mattered the most, Mark Espejo will always deliver that final blow para sa Cignal HD Spikers.
Loud and clear message from Mark Espejo. That was delivered, heard all the way from the gallery, up in the gallery. 25-22, 26 minutes in set number 2. Cignal up 2-0. Looking at the numbers in set number 2, 25-22, Cignal getting this one. It's tilting to their side, especially on attacks.
Ateneo played better defensively, edging Cignal in the blocking department, but the 17 attack points was too much to contain for the defense of the Blue Eagles.
Now, Ateneo was able to address the errors already, right? But it's the attacks. Isay Marasigan, the captain here, every time you feel some resistance on the other side, you like it when your captain steps up to the plate.
Pag hindi si Mark Espejo yung top scorer, you would see in the stat sheet, it's Isay Marasigan.
And he's rocking that ninja headband really well. Diba? Not everyone can pull that off.
I think it's the new thing. Marami akong nakikitang players sporting the same style.
Did you ever wear a headband when you were playing? You think it
No.
looked good wearing one? In the coverage?
Pwede. At least hindi makikita.
Okay, we are in set number 3. Neil Flores, my partner with Chicky Reyes, ang inyong abang lingkod for One Sports here. Neil, before we go deep into this discussion in set number 3, quick summary of 1 and 2. Cignal is up 2-0. For our viewers who just tuned in, turn on their television sets here. Ano nangyari? How come Cignal jumped to a 2-0 lead?
Well, Vince Mangulabnan was able to distribute the balls perfectly to all of his attackers. Hindi na alam ng Ateneo kung saan sila didepensa. And it clearly showed in the statistics. But now, it's the third set. Their backs are against the wall. Now or never na to for Ateneo because if they end up losing this set, they will bow out of the competition.
Did Ateneo hold back a bit nung first 2 sets? Were they intimidated a bit with how Cignal was playing defense at the net?
Well, late na rin kasi nagka-surge at nabuhay itong si Kurt Aguilar. But that's still a good sign in this third set. E.G. Magadia can give more balls to Aguilar. He has been effective on that opposite side of the court. But Shamsi Bonona is playing spectacular also for the Cignal HD Spikers.
2-1 in favor of Cignal. Final question to you. Can Ateneo still latch on, hang on to their calling card of defense that you mentioned? Can they use that to counter in this match? Pwede pa ba?
Of course, kayang-kaya. Knowing the tenacity of these players, hindi yan papayag na ganun-ganun lang matalo. But if you have Mark Espejo on the other side of the court,
then it changes the equation and the sentence and the story altogether. Tough mountain to climb here for the Blue Eagles. They're down by 2 here in set 3. Basti failing to score. On the other side, Mangulabnan going to Isay, and Marasigan delivers again. Now I am smelling here that Cignal wants to cut the head of the snake already. Take the fight out early in the third set. But to your point, we've seen Ateneo in so many battles, you cannot question the heart of the Blue Eagles here.
Lifting violation will be called on Gian Glorioso.
5-1. Another awesome start here by the HD Spikers here in set 3. Magadia going to Aguilar. Vince. Back to the blue shirts. Kurt again. And it hits the antenna, and the problems continue to rise here for the Blue Eagles. Let's check their huddle with Coach Simi.
Gian, bababa na yung bola, tataktakin mo. Anong gagawin? Oh, kaya gawa ng paraan, di ba? Eh, sinasabi ko sa inyo eh, ayaw niyong sagain yung paggawa ng maayos. Di ba?
Sino yung kalaban? Kill kagad. Kakaintindihan. O, layo pa, layo pa, layo pa.
Hey, Cignal! Awesome!
Neil, let's talk about quickly our playoff bracket. Should Cignal get this one, ano pwede mangyari?
If Cignal wins this game, they will be waiting for the winner of the match later on against Perpetual and the Philippine Navy. Magandang laban din yan.
Wow, and then later on, Air Force and Santa Elena, sila naman yung may twice to beat advantage against PLDT and IEM respectively. So, it's a day of volleyball here in Paco Arena. And the reason why we showed that to you guys, if you have time to come here in Paco Arena, please. If not, stay in your living rooms and dyan na po kayo kumain until we end the match later on, or the matches.
It's another attack error.
Second point here for the Blue Eagles.
Sorry, somebody touched that ball before it went out, so that will be a point for Ateneo.
So, si Ateneo, no, probably saying good thing somebody touched it. Otherwise, it would have gone the other way again. Vince, combination with Mark.
That is something na hindi ko alam kung paano babantayan because the tempo is very fast. It's like a quick attack pero from the back row.
Let me add to what you described. Imagine a tree who jumps like a kangaroo and on a pogo stick. How do you stop that? A person as tall as a tree jumps like a kangaroo and still using a pogo stick.
They add on to their lead. 8 points already for the Cignal HD Spikers. Wendell Miguel will see his first action in his ball game as he replaces Edmar Bonono.
We've seen a lot of games, Neil. Sometimes the team that's lagging or catching up, trying to catch up, string a couple of points, and then the tide changes. Ateneo, I'm sure, is hoping for that one. It can start here with Ron Medalla.
Sweet spot for Ron Medalla going to zone 1. Not too much power, saktong-sakto lang para mamatay dun sa court ng Cignal.
Look at that block. It's a block party for Cignal here.
This is not the usual number of blocks ng Ateneo kasi nakita natin in all of the 5 setters that they won, they dominated that specific department, but maybe the attacks of Cignal are really just too much.
And you were looking for that. You mentioned that top of the coverage. When I asked you, what are we expecting from Cignal? Sabi mo, opensa. Ito na. What are we expecting from Cignal? Sabi mo, for Ateneo, depensa. That's what's missing. Except for some actions na ganyan. But they need Njigha, they need Glorioso, they need the taller players to really work well at the net. 5 serving 10. Espejo, just too powerful in that last point. Six-point lead here for Cignal. Pertiera with a good serve. At the net, it's a gift. And look at that, Mark didn't even jump that high.
Even the first balls of Ateneo, hindi na gumagana. That's a huge 7-point lead for the defending champions of the Reinforced Conference. Great numbers for Anjo Pertiera, 4 attacks and 4 blocks.
If you have a player like Anjo, working on both ends, offense and defense, wala ka nang hahanapin pa eh. A few times na nagkakaroon ng miscommunication sa second ball ang Ateneo, and it's coming at a time that they need everyone to play their A game.
Unless humingi ng tulong yung setter mo, you cannot get that second ball because that's his responsibility. And meron siyang sariling diskarte kung paano niya mapapaganda yung bola na yon.
Medalla. And Njigha trying to score off that gift. Back to the blue shirts. Ron again. That ball still alive, but not for long. Intal ends the rally. The lead has gone up to 9 points here. Pertiera, good serve. Combination for Aguilar. Medalla, rejected. You gotta love the effort shown there by Morado, but still fell short.
That's a 10-point lead for Cignal HD.
15-5. Another good serve by Pertiera. Bok setting up Chu. Bok going to Ron. This time, Medalla will not be denied.
Going for that zone 1 hit. He saw that opening sa right arm ni Isay Marasigan.
(15-6). Blue Eagles are trying to flap their wings here, get some airtime. Mangulabnan. This time going to Marasigan, and that combination was perfectly executed.
They will still continue to dominate the attacks. Isay Marasigan on that combination play from the middle. 0-3 in motion.
Hiding behind Intal and scoring, giving Cignal a 10-point lead, 16-6. We'll go to another technical timeout. We'll be right back.
Ano gagawin natin? Humihinto na kayo gumalaw ng maayos
Tara.
Sabi sa inyo, you guys to learn. Hindi kayo matututo kung hindi kayo gagalaw sa loob ng court. Hindi kayo matututo kung lahat kayo naghihintay na lang matapos.
Okay, game. First ball.
We caught that last line of Coach Timothy. Neil, sabi niya, hindi kayo matututo kung lahat kayo maghihintay na lang para matapos yung game. He wants the resiliency, the battle to continue here for the Blue Eagles.
He's looking for a leader na mag-step up in getting those points and talking to their respective teammates. But since Cignal has a 9-point lead, they have the luxury of shuffling their players now. Ish Polvorosa and Alfred Valbuena is back on the court. When I check the lineup of Cignal HD, 7 players are actually former Blue Eagles.
Oh.
The core of the championship team ng Ateneo nandyan din sa Cignal HD.
Sabi mo nga, ilang years to of making these players, Neil? Ilang taon to na...
16 years if I'm not mistaken. AJ Pareja is there from season 67.
Na binuo, no, itong mga players na ito who are right now, obviously, one of the best players here in Spikers Turf. 17-7, 10-point lead for Cignal. Not a good first ball for Ateneo, but they'll have to make do with what they have right now. On the other side, Coach Dexter has already dug into his bench. Polvorosa is in, and whoever he taps is just performing.
Instant point for the double substitution of Coach Dexter.
Service error coming from the HE Spikers, a luxury that they can enjoy right now because they're still up by 10.
Now there will be a libero switch sa side ng HD Spikers. Sandy Montero will replace Manuel Sumanggid. Kahit sinong ipalit mo, parang first 6 pa rin.
I was going to that statement already that Coach Dexter can actually close his eyes and pick from the bench without looking. You could see on the reaction of Glorioso earlier, no? They're really trying to find their form here.
AJ Pareja will see his first action also.
And right now, I think Coach Dexter, as they're looking good to advance to the next round, you want your other players to see minutes eh. Because should they get this one, nasa kabila, Perpetual versus Navy, two equally tough teams. Whoever makaharap din ni Cignal, should Cignal get this one, dapat each player is confident to step on the floor and play.
That's going to be a best-of-3 series in our semi-final round.
Right.
So far, so good for Cignal HD.
19-9, they're up by 10. Miguel was rejected, but that ball will go back to him, and it won't happen twice for Wendell.
After getting blocked once, nag-change lang diskarte. Suddenly, he went off the block.
Doon ko na-enjoy yung warm-up nila eh. Yung bibigyan ka ng setter ng dalawang sunod. It's because of that purpose, right? Cignal up by 11. And then, Lady Luck is still on their side. Valbuena using the net as his ally.
We're 4 points away from officially eliminating the Ateneo Blue Eagles in our open conference.
Biggest lead for Cignal at 12. Cuerva. It's out. He was hoping it hit the line, but it's out now. It's a 13-point lead for Cignal. (22-9). This is going to be a really tall mountain to climb for Ateneo. That defense was there for AJ. 23-9. Looks like this will go the way of Cignal. Just gonna ask you here, Neil, turning point para sa'yo. Nasaan yung turning point ng game?
Turning point was in that early part of this set wherein they committed a lot of attack errors. Doon sila napag-iwanan ng Cignal. Tapos parang hindi na sila nakabangon.
Because here you were mentioning, okay, you're down 0-2, but you need to win 3 sets. And the third set would start at 0-0. But that early going, yung napako sila sa uno.
I think that was 3 attack errors from the Ateneo Blue Eagles before we entered the technical timeout.
23-10. Cignal up by 13. Basti, good serve. Then AJ delivers, tapos meron pang net infraction coming from the Blue Eagles.
2 points for AJ Pareja, 1 from the block and 1 from an attack.
Coming off the bench, di ba? Match point now for the HD Spikers. Wendell Miguel will serve for Cignal. And he overcooks it. So Ateneo will get their 11th point. Again, folks, this is just the first of our 4 matches for the quarterfinals of the Spikers Turf Open Conference 2019. Good first ball by Cignal. Will they end it here? Not yet. Aguilar still fighting. Polvorosa to AJ. In Jigha. And Polvorosa was caught, I think, touching the net. Or was it Pareja?
That's a 12-point lead na kailangan habulin ng Ateneo.
Ito talaga yung literal no errors from this point for the Blue Eagles if they want to get this one. And that ends it. Baisa, Carl Baisa finishes it 25-12.
All of the players that went in for Cignal scored points. Yun yung importante. You have a deep bench. You know how to utilize them. Everybody can contribute. Now they're into the semifinals of our open conference.
Polvorosa going to Baisa for that combination. AJ as the decoy, and it worked for Cignal. Third set ending at 25-12. And Cignal will advance to the semifinals. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Cignal HD Spikers advancing to the semifinals, and kasama natin yan ang ating best player of the match, Edmar Bonono. Edmar, kwento mo muna sa amin, preparation ninyo going to this match, knowing na yung Ateneo Blue Eagles ay isang malupit na team din.
Yung preparation po namin sa match today po, basic lang po yung tinuro ni coach sa amin. Lahat ng mga basic, lahat ng mga po. At saka yung mga play din ng mga Ateneo, tinutukan din namin po.
Gaano kasarap na from your setters to your hitters to your defense, lahat on point at meron pa rin kayong immaculate record. May pahinga pa kayo. Gaano kasarap na ganun kalakas yung team mo?
Yun, sobrang sarap dahil lahat kami gumagana, lahat kami ginagawa namin yung mga position namin, mga rule namin.
Edmar, pagkakataon na para imbitahin yung mga fans mo, mga tagahanga mo from Cagayan dito rin sa Manila to support Cignal pati yung Spikers Turf. Go ahead.
Mga taga Cagayan de Oro, mananaw mo diri sa Spikers Turf at lahat ay tanan ng mga games sa Spikers Turf mag-supporta mo. Especially yung Cignal.
Thank you, Edmar, our best player of the match. Now we have our winning coach here, Coach Dexter Clamor. Coach, tayo naman ang magkwentuhan dito. We were expecting a tough competition today, pero sa ginawa ng Cignal, parang basang-basa ninyo yung gagawin ng Ateneo.
Well, talagang pinaghandaan talaga namin. Bawat rotation ng kalaban, kung sino mga key spikers nila. And also, pinaghandaan din namin kung ano talaga yung weakness namin. So, talaga nag-prepare talaga kami ng matindi para bawat galaw ng kalaban, bawat galaw namin talagang maayos.
We were listening to a lot of your huddles at pag nag-kokrokis ka, ang dami mong pwedeng puntahan. Gano'ng kasarap bilang isang coach knowing that you have all the tools that you need dito sa Spikers Turf?
Well, yung mga players ko talagang talented eh. Talagang i-guide mo lang talaga sila para maging maayos yung gagalawin nila. And also, syempre, knowing na most of them Ateneo. And alam din ng Ateneo men's volleyball team yung sistema na meron kami. So, may mga konting changes lang para hindi mabasa ng kalaban yung gagawin talaga namin.
Coach, huling tanong na lang, naghihintay ka perpetual kontra Navy. Magpapahinga ba ang Cignal o magtatrabaho pa rin kayo habang naghihintay sa kalaban ninyo?
Well, mamaya papanoorin talaga namin ang Navy versus Perpetual. And syempre, hindi natin alam kung sino talaga yung mga kalaban. Parehas magaling na team. Paghahandaan talaga namin maigi. Hindi kayo magpapahinga hanggang dulo na to. Coach,
pagkakataon, shout out para sa lahat ng humahanga ng Cignal.
Sana manood po kayo ng game namin lagi, and shout out sa mga sa family ko sa Bataan, at the same time yung mga katrabaho ko sa COA. Panoorin niyo po ang Spikers Turf.
Winning coach Dexter Clamor. Neil?
The Cignal HD Spikers officially booked the first semifinals ticket in our open conference. They will be facing the winner of the University of Perpetual Health System Delta versus the Navy matchup. From the start of this match, Cignal just came out with guns blazing. Edmar Bonono paced all scorers, but he got a lot of support from Espejo and Marasigan on the attacks department. Then Anjo Portiera built a wall para sa depensa ng Cignal HD.
And I think that's what Coach Dexter was saying. They really prepared for it. They know that Ateneo is not an easy team to beat, and they took it seriously. He's happy that he has all the tools, and he gave credit to the players.
Definitely, sabi ko nga kanina, all of the players that entered that ball game scored much needed points. Kahit na malayo na yung lamang ng Cignal, they still gave out their all in scoring attack points.
And it was a crystal clear, high-definition performance by the Cignal HD Spikers. What an awesome way to start itong ating araw na ngayon with Cignal showing us that we're gonna set the bar high.
Sabi nga ni Coach Dexter, they will not be resting on their laurels. They will be working hard hanggang dulo na to for the Cignal HD Spikers. Iintayin nila kung sinong kakalabanin nila. It's going to be Perpetual or the Philippine Navy.
But for the Eagles, their wings may have been clipped, but expect them to bounce back. Sa susunod nating komperensya sa kanilang collegiate wars, expect a tougher, a better, a more solid Ateneo at the Manila Blue Eagles.
It's still not a bad showing for a collegiate team. Sila yung 1 out of the 3 college teams na pumasok sa ating quarterfinals. Look at that game summary, 43 attacks, almost double the output dun sa binigay ng Ateneo compared na 25 errors pa nga yung binigay nila.
Just too powerful on the attack department are the Cignal HD Spikers. That's why they got this one. 3-0. At ang ating playoff bracket, nagbago na dito, Neil.
Cignal advances to the semifinals. Iintayin na nila ang makakalaban nila, Perpetual or the Philippine Navy.
And that game of Perpetual and the Navy will be the third game dahil ang next game po natin, it's the Air Force going up against PLDT, with the Air Force enjoying a twice-to-beat advantage. For Neil Flores, ako po si Chicky Reyes. Sabi mo namin salamat sa inyo panonood ng Spikers Turf 2019 Open Conference Quarterfinals. We have 3 more games. Keep it locked in here, only on One Sports.